Yo, y'all might want to call me Mystic DHP because Anthony Hernandez did exactly what I thought he would do. And yo, what in the hell is going on with the judges? Like, before we even get to the meat and potatoes of everything, what the hell was going on with the judges tonight? Like, what the hell is these niggas looking at? We had two split decisions, two fights that went to split decisions that shouldn't even been a split decision. Then on top of that, Steve Erzak won when I feel like Odie Osborne won. Like, yo, these niggas, I don't know if I'm tripping tonight or these niggas tripping, but again, another night, even though this fight night was good, this is another night of UFC judges don't know what the fuck they seeing. But hey, it's your boy DHP, the realest and baddest MMA podcast in the world, and this is my UFC Vegas 109 review show. I ain't gonna hold you. The judges, if I ain't gonna look, I'm gonna say this: if it wasn't for that dominant performance by Anthony Hernandez tonight, this would have been a full-on rant video. Like, this review would have been a full-on rant video because the judges, oh Lord Jesus, the judging tonight is just, I ain't gonna hold you. That joint pissed me the hell off. Like, the judges tonight pissed me the hell off. But dog, this nigga Anthony Hernandez, I think I coined his name in the preview. He remind me of like middleweight's Cain Velasquez. This is mini Cain Velasquez. Mini Cain Velasquez is a fucking problem. Like, good God Almighty. But I'm gonna go through the card, the main card and the winners, and then we're gonna get to the meat and details and analysis. Cause some of these fights, I ain't gonna lie to you. Tonight, it might still be a rant video because the judging is just, Lord Jesus have mercy. Like, I know people talk about all the time about like boxing. Oh, I'm shaking the damn camera. I know people all the time talk about boxing and they corrupt judges and, you know, shit like that. But it seems like with the MMA judges, the judges that we have in the UFC, it just gotten worse and worse and worse by the damn year. And you know what? Joe Rogan, you know what? I'm gonna get there when it's time. Cause I don't wanna turn this review to a full-on rant. But all I'm gonna say is Joe Rogan, go back to that Joe Rogan and Ilya Taporia podcast. They shed some light on the judging. And it explains why. It explains why what the hell we just saw tonight. But anyway, Anthony Hernandez, aka Fluffy, beat the shit out of Roman Dolidze. He got a 4th round submission. Steve Erzak got a 3-round decision over Odie Osborne. Lasman Lucino dominating Angela Hill with a 3-round decision. Andre Feely with a this is one of the split decisions. So he won a split decision over Christian Rodriguez. Gene Matsumoto won a split decision over Miles John, and then Christian Leroy Duncan beat TKO'd Eric Anders in the 1st round. Many Cain Velasquez has been a problem. I said in the preview, I'm telling you right now, y'all gonna have to start calling me Mystic DHP, because I said word for word, Anthony Hernandez is gonna his style is gonna overwhelm Roman Dolidze, and that's what it was. That's basically what it was tonight, from the 1st round on to the 4th round before he got the submission. Anthony Hernandez, he was just overwhelming him with his strikes. Roman he had some bright spots. He had a couple good shots, but Anthony Hernandez just ate him. Like, the shots really didn't affect him, and all Anthony was doing was eating them shots, and he was just tiring Roman out. Like, he was tiring Roman out before he even got the grappling for real. And then as the fight went on, later in the 1st round, the 2nd and 3rd round, Anthony Hernandez, he was just killing him with the relentless grappling. As I said in the preview, he reminds me of like the middleweight's Cain Velasquez, how he just keep coming forward with the wrestling, and he can strike on top of that. I did say I didn't want him to, because the way he gave up his back in the Brendan Allen fight, I really didn't want him to do that in this Roman Dolidze fight, just because he's very well-rounded on the ground himself. But Anthony, that was a clinic. If he continues to fight like this, middleweight in trouble. Middleweight is in trouble. Now, I will say it's going to be interesting seeing him progress through middleweight, because when you face somebody that got his style like a Cam Zach got more power than him. So he ain't going to fucking... And then Cam Zach got more power than Roman Dolidze. So all them shots that he took tonight against Roman Dolidze, he ain't going to be able to take them shots for Cam Zach. I can promise you that. But Anthony Hernandez, he was just walking Roman down. He was walking him down, eating his shots, pressing him against the cage, getting him to the ground. And Roman Dolidze, it's like that. It's like Roman Dolidze in this fight, and I don't want to use the word give up, but he pretty much, it looked like he gave up, because he gave up his back so easy. And then the way Fluffy was getting these takedowns, it was just so easy. Like, it was just, what I said in the preview, it was overwhelming him. It was nothing Roman could do. Nothing he can do. Even if he tried to stop it, he couldn't stop it. He was just exhausted, overwhelmed. And then he tried to get a couple heel hooks here and there. Fluffy got out of that in a jiffy and stood right back up. It was a little bit frustrating at times during this fight, because I'm feel like, Fluffy, bro, like, you taking him down and then you kind of getting right back up because you don't want to get heel hooked type shit. So he would take him down, get a couple ground and pound damage in transition, and when he couldn't really get the position he wanted, he was staying right back up. That was the only thing that was kind of frustrating me a little bit in this fight, but it turned out how I thought it would turn out. It just, the overwhelming pressure. You know what? If I had to do some matchmaking right now, which we will get to on my YouTube channel on Monday, I would go ahead and book RDR and Anthony Hernandez. Now, I need to see what the hell is going on with the miss weight, but I don't know what's up with that. I gotta look into that, because it seemed like he ain't getting punished at all for it. But I'll look into that later. But Anthony beat the dog shit out of Roman Dolidze. This was like, this fight reminded me of what was that fight, bruh? It wasn't about Sean Brady and Leon Edwards. That's how this fight really was. It was like legit Sean Brady and Leon Edwards. Only thing was Sean Brady had in more ground and pound damage on Leon did Anthony did on Roman. But man, bro, Anthony, he put it on Roman. Like, oh my goodness. And like I say, it felt like he did break Roman. If you want to be completely honest, he did break Roman, because them takedowns was too damn easy. Man, many I'm gonna keep naming him that. I'm gonna keep naming him and coining that name for him. He is the mini Cain Velasquez. He is middleweight's Cain Velasquez, and if he fighting like this, middleweight in trouble. Middleweight is about to be in trouble with this boy. What? Your boy, Mystic DHP, called it again. So shout out to Anthony Hernandez. Now we go on to the controversial bullshit. Steve Erzak, one of it. Steve Erzak and Odie Osborne. To me, so Odie Osborne, he was just quicker than Steve Erzak in that first round, boxing on the inside, boxing on the outside. He was just much more faster in the striking department against Erzak. So he definitely took round one, because there was nothing. And then he stumbled. And you know what? This is where he fucked up at, because Odie rocked him with a counter hook, right? He rocked him with a counter hook, dropped him. And I was saying this the whole time. I'm like, Odie, instead of you going on the ground with him, and he almost, Steve Erzak almost try to submit him in the first round too. We're gonna get to that third round, but he almost got him out of there with a rear naked in the first round. I'm like, Odie, stand back up. You pretty much letting him catch his breath. Like, go ahead, stand back up because he's still rock, he's still hurt. Why are you going to the ground with him? Now, yeah, he had some good counter reversals on the ground and ended up, being on top at the end. But for a split second, Steve Erzak reverse transition, he got your back, almost rear naked choked you. And then on top of that, when y'all did get back up, he got you back in the clinch and he took you down, and he ended up in full control. Now later you did end up reversing counter reversal transition, so you ended up back on top at the end. But that was unnecessary. Because when you had him rocked, unless you wasn't gonna get that whole. If you wasn't fully committed submitting him, you should have just let him back up. So that's how that first round happened. Then Steve Erzak. So really, in retrospect, right now, this fight came down to the second round because the third round, Odie lost that clearly, and even he almost got finished in that third round at the very end with the submission, and then and Steve got him to the ground in the submission, and then the ground and pound at the end. If it was more than, like, let's say, if there was extended like 20 to 30 seconds on the clock, if that was some more extended time, yeah, Odie would have got finished right there, either with the choke. And Steve Erzak let go of that choke because he's run out of time, so he was just hoping some desperation ground and pound damage. But yeah, if there was extended time, Odie would have got finished in that third round. So with that in mind, right, I skipped ahead on the rounds. With that in mind, we coming back to the second round because basically how this the scorecards was scored, it basically came down to that second round. Like, depending on how you scored that second round, and now it was somewhat of a close round, but I still gave it an Odie slight edge. So I feel like, to me, Steve Erzak, and I gotta go look at the CompuBox numbers, but to me, Steve Erzak needed a finish. So like, retrospect and hindsight, Odie, he fucked up by not finishing the fight in the first round because he could have finished Steve in that first round. But he let Steve hang around. This is why they say don't leave the fight into the hands of the judges. Tonight was, we can go back in time with history on that phrase in the UFC, but tonight was on some recency bias. Tonight was prime example of what that phrase means. Because had Odie did his job in that first round, it couldn't, we wouldn't even went to a decision. Because he had him, like, seriously hurt. And he let him off the hook. And he let Steve hang around. Now, like I said, I gave Odie that second round. Now, Odie clearly lost that third round. There is no debate about it. He clearly lost that third round. But that second round, I gave it to him. So, in situations like this is why you can't let somebody off the hook. But the judging, like, if we're going to get to the Andre Fili, and then the Miles John fight, it's, oh my God, boy. I tell you, the more I think about it, the more it's actually pissing me off again, because what the fuck. But kudos to Steve Erzak. But I did say he needed to bounce back from, actually, in the next fight we're going to talk about, she definitely bounced back from her ass whooping, but I did feel like Steve Erzak, he needed to bounce back in a good way. But, man, oh man, like, moving forward, I really don't see Steve Erzak, the way he fought this fight, and kudos to him, because he's still a credible talent. But I don't see him I don't see Steve Herzog being a major contender at bantamweight. I really don't, because if you and Styles make fights, we all know that. But if you getting pieced up like that against Odie, there's plenty of other fighters in bantamweight that's even faster than Odie and much more skillful than Odie. And these niggas is definitely not gonna let you off the hook. Like, you probably not even gonna be. You definitely losing to Sugar Sean. That's for damn sure. Maybe you versus Cheeto Vera would be somewhat of a good fight, but Cheeto Vera is too technical for you. So, but man, bro, I just don't know, man. I just don't know about these damn judges. So we go on to the women's strawweight. Lasman and Angela Hill. Lasman, she bounced back in a major way. I mean, and by the way, my time limit on Instagram is almost up, so go to my YouTube for the full version of this video. But Lasman, she put it on Angela. I mean, it wasn't nothing Angela could do. Angela had her good moments in this fight where she threatened to stand in guillotine multiple times. She had her bright moments on the feet. But Lasman, she did most of her damage on the ground. Like, Angela couldn't do a damn thing. She couldn't do a damn thing with Lasman on the ground. So Lasman, she bounced back from that ass whooping that she took in her last fight. So that's pretty good. Andre Fili and Christian Rodriguez. This fight right here, like, okay, so this is one of the also controversial fights. It shouldn't have been a split decision. Like, Andre Fili should have won this 29-28 across the board. At least in my opinion. I don't know how y'all feel, but at least in my opinion, Andre Fili should have won this 29-28 across the board. I don't know. Man, bro. I'm trying not to rant super crazy because I know it's gonna. The more I think about it, the more it's making me mad. But how did he even come up with a split decision? Like, I'm just as shocked, and we saw the reaction on Andre Fili's face when they did the scorecard announcement. I'm as shocked as he was. So I'm like, what the hell is this? But as always, UFC judging, it's Lord Jesus have mercy. But Andre, to me, I mean, it took him a little minute. Like, Christian Rodriguez, he was throwing heat in that first round. Well, not the first round, but I mean, he was throwing heat altogether. But the first couple minutes in that first round, he was throwing major heat, and it took Andre Fili some time to figure out his timing and rhythm. And once he got his timing and rhythm down, he was piecing Christian up with the counter hooks. Then he was pumping out that jab. If Christian would have adjusted to the jabs, it would have been a much more closer fight, because Andre Fili, the way he fought this fight, it was like, for him to give out some, he had to take one. Like, he had to take one to give out some. I felt like this would have been much more of a closer striking battle had Christian adjusted and had some good head movement to the jabs, because that's all Andre Fili was doing, was he was working off the jab and then the counter hooks. And them leg kicks was low key. They was getting to Christian. But Andre Fili, he's that boy. He's that boy. Like I said, I low key wanted him to win because Andre is too good of a talent not to be up there in the rankings. And for him being at featherweight and for the fighter he is, we could get some good matchups out of him. Still, you know what I mean? But yeah, Andre Fili, he a bad boy. He did the damn thing tonight. He really did. So now we go on to Miles John and Gene Matsumoto. This, man, I'm not even going to bullshit y'all. I should have known the judges was on some timing after this fight right here. Because how did Gene Matsumoto win this fight? Like, how? Like, I thought from, like, I don't even think I gave Gene Matsumoto. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping the way I'm judging these fights, the way I score fights. Maybe it's not the way that they look at it. But I didn't give Gene Matsumoto a round. I didn't give him one single round. Like he had his bright moment. He had his moments in the fight. It wasn't like a complete shutout. But it should have been another 28, 29, 28 across the board. So oh my goodness. There was times where I did feel like Miles John, he did what he needed to do, but it was a little closer. Every round to me, other than that first, the second, third round, it was like a little closer than anticipated. So I guess you could say it's his fault for leaving the fight into the judge's hands. But I felt like he won this fight. Like Miles John, he was the much more quicker guy in the striking department in this fight. And John, he really couldn't adjust to what Miles was throwing out, you know. I feel like definitely Miles had the much more powerful damage strikes. If you want to break the strikes down to like light, moderate, and heavy, Gene had more light strikes than Miles in this fight, but Miles definitely had the overwhelming, more damaging strikes that rocked Gene Matsumoto in this fight. So I don't know what the hell these judges is looking at. It's insane to me. Like, I know I've seen some bad judging. Even for me, you know, I've been doing this podcast and shit for like a year and a half now. So all these reviews and preview analysis and all the content I've been dropping for a year and a half now. And go back into my older videos where I criticized the judging in the older videos too last year. And this is probably the first time y'all like hearing it like full blown on camera. But Jesus, bro. I've seen over the years growing up, I've seen some atrocious judges, but back to back to back like this, like we'll see like maybe like one in the prelims and then one controversial in the main card, but like three like back to back and then like another fight later. Like, man, I'm the judge. This is probably the worst I ever seen it. Like, honestly, this is probably the worst judging performance I ever seen it. Because I don't have no words. I really don't. I'm trying to think of words to describe how I'm feeling, because I'm feeling a whole bunch of shit right now about the way the judges was scoring these fights tonight. Because back to back and then another fight later, that's three bad performances tonight. On the main card of that. On the main card. But I guess Gene Matsumoto, I guess he's another one too, like, and he's supposed to be like, I've seen him fight before. So he's supposed to be one of the, like, I guess the up and coming prospect or whatever. If I'm telling you, he ain't gonna get that far fighting like this, because he shouldn't even won this fight. So he got a lot of work. I do see the potential ceiling. Now I don't know about championship material. He's definitely not championship material, but he's one of these fighters where he can hang around like the 7th through 12th rank type guy. He could be a solid gatekeeper for bantamweight, but I'm telling you, we're not even gonna get there the way he fought tonight, because he shouldn't even won tonight, to be honest. But it is what it is, whatever. Now we go on to Christian Leroy Duncan and Eric Anders, the last fight of the night. Christian